Hi, good evening, students. I wanted to come on here and talk to you about something really important that is very pertainable to all instrumentals. Tonight, I want to talk to you about tempo. Tempo markings are the utmost importance to learn about, especially when it becomes when it comes to a new song or a song that you've been learning, but you're kind of lost in between certain parts of the song and you kind of need a friend to help. So without further ado, let's talk about the metronome. The metronome is something that you should always rely on when it comes to a song that you haven't practiced. Sorry. A song that you haven't practiced, or a song that you are working towards and you need to spend some quality time on certain parts that really kind of get to your niche that you really need to work on. So without further ado, you need to grab a pencil, handy dandy pencil, and start writing a star by each and every place that seems impossible to conquer. After doing so, you're going to want to take a song that you are working on or already know, but there's parts that you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. So, excuse me. So the next thing you're going to want to find out is on the very top left of your piece, you're going to find an MM for your metronome marking. And you're going to find out what speed you're going to work towards in those areas of your song that you need most help with. So before we grab into that, just want a refresher for everyone here. Largo, okay, on your metronome marking, if you have an old style one, Largo is slow and its metronome marking is 40 through 66. So if you are having a song that's Largo, you need to set the metronome marking between those two numbers. The next one is Adagio. That one is slow. That one is slow, literally at ease. Okay, it's a little faster than Largo, but it's not as fast as Andante. And that metronome marking is 66 through 76. The next one is Andante. That's moderate walking speed. That is 76 through 108. Moderato, and that one is moderate speed. It's a little faster than Andante, but not as fast as Allegro. That metronome marking is 108 to 120. Allegro is fast, but it's not very fast, but it's fast. It's faster than Moderato, but it's slower than Presto. And that metronome marking is 120 through 168. The next one is, and the last one is Presto, very fast. And that metronome marking is 168 to 208. So if you have a song that does not have a number, an actual number, marked on the very top left of your piece, you're going to see what it says. It should say either moderato, adagio, presto, or whatever. So between those metronome markings, that's where your pinpoint is going to be exactly to help you with different parts. Now, if throughout the piece it talks about slowing down, like retardando, or it talks about slowing down as far as moderato, then, or whatever kind of musical term it says, you're going to play that fast. And then when it says a tempo throughout the piece, that's where you're going to go back to the original tempo. And so, but yeah, so you'll need to follow through every detail through each song. And what I mean by that is if it says dulce, then you'll play the song very romantically and very largo, not largo, but legato, very smooth, but very musical with the bow, and how you feel with the song. Listening to it over and over again is getting a general good idea of how the piece is to be played. This has a lot to do with learning how to have your metronome marking work with you and not against you. Because simply playing your own speed, fast and slow, is not going to get it, because you're not going to seem professional. And you want to have fun with this. You don't have to always think that practicing is such a headache. It can be wonderful, but you have to have guidelines in order to have the best quality sound for yourself. Okay, so for another example, if you're music talks to you about pizzicato, you need to work on that specifically. You need to put a star by an area that you're having hard problems with, practicing it 5 times with the metronome marking, then going back and playing that line, not the entire piece, but the line, and then going back to the beginning to the end once you are very comfortable with that area in your music that you're just like cringing with. Okay, so let's go on. I'm going to give you a perfect example what not to do and what to do when you're having problems with what I just explained. And here we go. So this is Charles Zonkla, Opus 89, number 1. This is first air on the theme by, if I don't pronounce this, forgive me if I pronounce it wrong. It's Paccini, Pacini, I think it's right. So with this tempo marking, it says andante. And we all know what andante is, right? What is it? Moderate walking speed, which is what, 76 through 108. So I'm going to choose that metronome marking with my metronome, which I've previously done. So I had that metronome marking once. I worked with it several times throughout, I don't know, the whole entire year. Because as a student, you're going to at least have at least 5 songs underneath your belt within the year. And so working with your metronome marking every single day for that particular song, you have that what's called muscle memory, and you never forget the actual tempo. Now, I'm not saying to shun your metronome if you already have a general idea of the pace of song, but always use it just to familiarize yourself, just in case, because there's nothing wrong with with it. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so here we go. So I don't have my music stand up here with me, so let's go ahead and talk to you about this. So if I have an area where I'm just play the beginning of this, so So that pretty much the whole entire way through that is the tempo is pretty steady, and then the next section is. Oh wait, hold on, it's the wrong song. So I meant to mess up there. So the thing is that whenever you have a problem, you're going to put a star by it and you're going to work on it. You're going to get rid of the slurs, you're going to get rid of the accidentals, and you're going to get rid of the rhythms. So simplify everything first. And it's kind of like if you have 5 easy steps, right? So the first step would be just learning your notes, then learning the slurs, then putting in the accidentals, or you can put the accidentals first and then the slurs would be the third thing. And number 4 would be going over the notes that you had problems with. And then number 5, going through that whole entire line. So the problem I had a problem with, so that not slur, but that transition from third position to first, right? So I need to work on that, right? So when you have a when you have a slur, you're going to travel down from your pinpoint to the next point, pinpoint to the next point. And if you need to exercise yourself with your transitions, I would recommend a book to where you can build your muscle memory for that exact thing. And then, so get rid of slurs. The next thing you're going to add was slurs. So here's without slurs. Right, so that transition. So right, 5 times, just skip it, you know. I mean, well, I'm skipping it to get to the point, but play it 5 times, get it right. But I would simplify it slower, speed it up, right? And then, so that's another one. Practice that 5 times. So the bow needs to go faster over so it can catch up to your fingers. But a smooth transition, not a sloppy one. And then if it's simply not working, try a different position. So that doesn't work. So go back to the first position. So right, the notes right. So practice that 5 times. So it's almost like kind of if you were to put it into reverse. Oops. And then work your way other ways. So there's always different ways to look at a problem and kind of just get it to work for you. See, that was much better, right? Okay, let's go back to the first problem. So that could be a little bit better. And the next thing, the reason why I'm having a problem with that is because I need to shift up higher and bring my hand up more to reach that note. See, that's much better. Lower it down again. See, that was much better. It wasn't 100%, but you get just the idea of how to, you know, simplify everything to make it work even more wonderful for you. Okay, so the next thing you're going to be doing is using the metronome. Da dee 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 da dee da dee da. This is a 4/4 time song. So it's 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, right? Okay. So, and if we simplify it into eighth notes instead of the quarter note, it'd be this. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, 2E and a 3E and a 4 and off, right? So, and then we simplify it into 16th notes. We go 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 5, no, not 5. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, 2E and a 3E, 4 and a 5, because these are actually 8th notes, or excuse me, 16th notes if you actually look at it right here. These are 16th notes. And if the 16th notes were the actual beats per measure, thank God it's not, it's 4 beats per measure. So, because 4 16ths equal what? Let's talk about it. So 2 16ths, 6 did you like that? 2 16ths go into an eighth, and 2 eighths go into a quarter. So if you were to simplify that, 4 16ths, which are beamed together, okay, equal what? 2 eighth notes, and 2 eighth notes go into a quarter. So wait, hold on a second. Let me make sure I said that right. 4 16ths, okay, are turned into what? This is math. Are turned into 2 eighth notes, okay, and then those 2 eighth notes are turned into what? 1 quarter. So that's your first beat. So if you have 4 sets of 4/16ths. That's how many beats. 4 quarter notes. That's why it's 4 times, because 4 beats per measure. So there you go. So it counts as 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E. And if you counted it as 8 notes, it would sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Why do I keep wanting to count to 5? So it goes 1 and 2. Wait, hold on a second. 1. Now I'm brain. Now I'm in a brain fart. Okay, yeah. So 1 and, okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So, and then if you count and simplify it into quarter notes, you would go 1, 2, and 3, 4, right? So same idea. But you get the gist of the idea of how to count this. Dotted eighth notes with beamed into 16th notes. That is a whole lot more complex. And so with that, your 16th tied into a dotted eighth, okay? A dotted eighth is what? A quarter note. So beaming it next to a 16th note with another dotted eighth note with another 16th note is sorry, my cat distracted me. That's where it comes in as saying you still have 4 beats per measure, right? So if you take that dotted eighth, which is a quarter, okay, so that's your first beat, 1E, 1 and quiet. My cat's talking to me. He's singing. Shh. Quiet, please. Okay, sorry. It just passes bedtime. He's so cute. I love cats. So, but here we go. So, yes, how can I help you? Hi, buddy. Okay, so here we go. Mommy's working right now. So you would go. Come on out. You're distracting mommy. So you would go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So that's how you would count it, still with that being with the metronome, that being with the notes. And then if you had a half note tied into 4/16ths, you would still come out with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or 1E and a 2E and a 3. But how counting in that, see how counting is very important. So you would go 1, 2, 3E and a 4E and a 1, 2, 3E and a 4E and a. And so so that part will be what? So 1, 2, 3E and 1, 2, 3E and 4 and, right? So we have a sharp now. Key signature now. And then so 1, 2, 3E and a 4E and a, and then you go back into the next metronome marking. So counting is very important. If you have a quarter tied in with 4/16ths and then a half note following with it, you would go 1, 2E and a 3, 4. 1, 2E and a 3, 4, right? So you would go, wait, oh, B flat. So 1, right? So 1, 2E and a 4, 1, 2E and a 3, 4. Okay. So, but yeah. So, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I thought I would just take some examples and teach you how to count when you have different, give you different examples how to, really simplify rhythms that would help you learn your song as best as possible. So sorry. I was trying to scramble my words to find the right thing to say. It is late, but I thought I would just pop on here tomorrow or pop on here today. I guess it is tomorrow now. It's 2 in the morning. But yeah, hey, don't give up on hope. Keep pressing forward. Try your best to simplify things when they're really hard. So thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate you and all that you do to practice, and I'm very proud of you. And I hope to do another one of these videos again. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. All right, have a great and blessed evening. Bye-bye.